Barbara and Rosario Poma profited over $4 million off of the Pulse massacre. Let's break it down. They received $1.3 million from insurance. This included $800,000 for the building, $400,000 for the business property, and $250,000 for lost income. This $250,000 for lost income was separate from the donations the Pomas collected for their employees' lost income right after the shooting, which they called the Pulse Employee Recovery Fund. This other nonprofit they started was also never audited. The Pomas also received $2 million from the city of Orlando despite the Pulse property being worth less than half that amount. The city used a fraudulent appraisal based on information officials knew was false. And let's not forget, the Pomas were already paid for the Pulse building by insurance. Getting paid twice for the same property? That's not just unethical, it reeks of fraud. Then there's the $762,000 in salary that Barbara Poma paid herself through the now defunct, disgraced, and widely discredited One Pulse Foundation, the nonprofit she started that promised a memorial, a museum, and a survivor's walk and never broke ground on a single project. What it did do was allow its executives to collect massive paychecks, and it supported a well-paid PR machine to rewrite history and silence dissent. And let's not forget how this all started. In 2016, the city offered Barbara and Rosario Poma $2.25 million for the nightclub, again, based on a fraudulent appraisal.
For us to suggest that that property's worth $1.9 million is misleading.
But they wanted $4 million.
Tonight we found out the owners originally wanted $4 million.
You really couldn't put it wasn't about price for me. You couldn't put a price on it for me. So, everyone's entitled to their opinion and their feelings, but for me, it wasn't about the real estate and an appraisal.
They refused to sell the property to the city, quietly transferred it to two new LLCs they opened, and started the One Pulse Foundation. The goal was always to walk away with $4 million. They did. In addition to her nonprofit salary, the One Pulse Foundation paid for her to travel the world, covered maintenance costs, insurance costs, landscaping, and improvements for the property its executive director privately owned. The One Pulse Foundation even paid her property taxes. Imagine if after a national tragedy, anyone could spin up a nonprofit just to bankroll their personal real estate investments, only to flip them for an inflated price to the city cronies eager to waste taxpayer dollars. The One Pulse Foundation was a scam from day one. In the end, the Pomas got what they wanted, $4 million, by hook or by crook. And we saw it coming, and we organized. While city leaders participated in the Community Rainbow Run Fund and wrote a hefty check to the Pomas, we resisted. Through grassroots organizing, we forced transparency, exposed their false narratives, and demanded oversight where none existed. And we beat them.